Imagine keeping a secret for almost 50 years. Not because you want to lie, but because telling the truth might destroy the memory of someone the whole world worships. That was the quiet burden carried by Priscilla Presley. For decades she smiled in interviews, protected a legend, and rebuilt an empire after tragedy. But when she reached 80 years old, the story she finally shared revealed something far more complicated than the fairy tale many fans believed about Elvis Presley. To understand the truth, you have to begin long before the fame. Priscilla was born on May 24, 1945, and almost immediately life introduced her to loss. Her father, a Navy pilot, died in a plane crash when she was just 6 months old. That absence shaped her childhood. Her mother remarried an Air Force officer, and suddenly Priscilla's life became a constant series of moves. New towns. New schools. New classrooms where she often felt invisible. Then everything changed on September 13, 1959. She was 14 years old when she walked into a small gathering in Germany where a young soldier happened to be stationed. That soldier was already one of the most famous men on the planet, Elvis Presley. Imagine being a teenage girl, shy and uncertain, suddenly sitting across from the biggest star in the world. He noticed her sailor-style dress. They talked for hours. And by the end of that night, something had shifted in her life forever. But fame is rarely simple. At first, Elvis charmed her parents with promises that he would protect their daughter. Yet slowly, Priscilla's world began to revolve around him. Phone calls. Letters. Visits arranged across oceans. By 1963, she moved to Graceland while still finishing school. On the outside it looked glamorous, beautiful clothes, a famous mansion, endless attention. But inside, she later described it as living in a beautiful cage. Her appearance, her schedule, even her hairstyle slowly changed to match Elvis's preferences. For years, she lived inside that orbit. Their marriage eventually collapsed, and when Elvis died on August 16, 1977, many assumed his legacy would fade along with him. The estate was drowning in debt. Graceland alone cost enormous amounts to maintain. Advisors suggested selling everything. Instead, Priscilla made a decision that shocked the industry. She turned Graceland into a public attraction. When the mansion opened to visitors on June 7, 1982, fans flooded in. Within weeks the project paid for itself. What once looked like financial ruin became a global empire that protected Elvis's legacy and secured the future for their daughter, Lisa Marie Presley. But rebuilding the empire was only part of her transformation. Priscilla slowly stepped into her own spotlight, acting in television, appearing on shows like Dallas and later surprising audiences with her comedic role in The Naked Gun. For the first time, the world saw a woman who wasn't just Elvis's wife, but someone building her own identity. And maybe that's the real lesson behind her story. Love can be powerful. Fame can be overwhelming. But eventually every person must step out of someone else's shadow and discover who they truly are.